tight that I describe it as absolutely no energy getting through my body. Getting my body back into motion is, I think the massages have helped get it to where it wants to do more motion.
You feel like you can
yes.
do some sort of program or routine or
yes. Described it the other day as like a guillotine hanging over your neck and you're really not sure when that's going to let go.
You're a strong, powerful woman.
I try to just by feeling better, I'm handling things better. And
so would you recommend anybody else doing this program?
oh, absolutely. I think anybody who even doesn't even think they need it, you need it.
Hey, welcome Deeanne to the interviews. She does a great job of describing just the stress and difficulties of going through divorce, being self-employed, and feeling just really stuck in her body. So take a listen. I hope you enjoy, and let me know if you learned anything. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this portion of the whole process really helps me check in and see how things are going. And it also helps you talk it through and verbalize it so that you know deeper how it's going, how it's doing. And then every once in a while there's just some incredible knowledge that's shared, and that can be super valuable to others. So that's part of the reason I film these, and in the hopes that we make the world a better place through our conversation.
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right. So what week are we in?
6.
Is this 6 or is this 5?
I don't know, Philip. I forgot.
I forgot too.
I think we're on week 6.
Okay.
Maybe we are 5.
I bet you're right.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll check before we go, so we know.
Okay.
And what do you think so far?
I'm impressed. The first massage, I've had massages before, and I thought, there's no way this is going to work. Just no way. I've never had a Thai massage or a Thai yoga massage, but I was really impressed.
When you say there's no way this is going to work, what did you mean exactly? What is it? What's not going to work?
I didn't think just the way you were manipulating the body or touching it, and like I've had deep tissue, I've had a lot of different types of massages, and I just didn't think, in my mind I was going, yeah, right. But that first one, I was like, oh damn, this really was effective. I was feeling it.
And like, what did you feel? What did you feel specifically?
Oh, that first day I was exhausted. Just
Okay.
my whole body was just exhausted, sore.
Okay.
And then that night I was restless sleeping, just very restless. But then after that, the night after was probably the best sleep I've had in months.
Wow.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Great. Good sleep is valuable.
It's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so was that just with the first session, or have you noticed anything with the other sessions after that?
Each session after, my body got a little bit more loose. I was so tight that I describe it as absolutely no energy getting through my whatsoever. Even sitting like this would have been difficult. And I've noticed that still, there are some nights where it's still stressful sleep just because of, life. But I've noticed that I'm falling asleep faster, and the sleep that I am getting is deeper.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. So much of our issues would be fixed if we got, a little bit more exercise, a little bit more sleep, and ate a little bit better food. Like, wow, what a difference that could make. So simple, but not easy.
But after the second session, I actually started exercising in a class setting. The first one was very difficult. I'm not gonna say they've been easier,
Right.
but getting my body back into motion is, I think the massages have helped get it to where it wants to do more
You
motion.
feel like you can
Yes.
do some sort of program or routine or
Yes.
yeah. And a
Yeah.
lot of times that's so true. A lot of times we're so sore and hurt and tense that the idea of even just going for a walk is like it's too much.
Yeah.
So this becomes a nice catalyst for that. That's great to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
I'm excited.
you're kind of in my high stress category. Please don't feel obligated to share anything you don't want to share. But would you share a little bit about what makes your life high stress right now?
Going through a separation / divorce, being self-employed. So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it, and just really not knowing where my life's gonna end up at this point. I feel like I described it the other day as like a guillotine hanging over your neck, and you're really not sure when that's gonna let go. So it just, that's what it feels like.
Tremendous amount of pressure
yeah.
to walk around with every day.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
it's a lot.
So if you were to rate like your stress level from our first session, we'll say 5 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago, whatever it is,
We'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure that out. To now, what would you rate it?
Oh my gosh, we definitely brought it down quite a few notches.
Okay. And maybe too hard, too difficult
Yeah,
to
too
put a
hard to
number on.
determine. Yeah, too hard to put a number on it. But I can just say that just by feeling better, I'm handling things better. Way more energetic.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a powerful thing right
It
there.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my like deep heartfelt hopes for this, like why I'm doing this whole thing is to impact our community, you know. And when people are in pain and uncomfortable and really down and high stressed, then doing anything good for anybody else is like almost out of the question. It's like you're in a survival kind of state of being.
Yeah.
But once we start taking those little steps to care for ourselves, we start feeling better. And when you feel good, it's the natural outpouring of the heart to care for one another. And not to yell at somebody that cuts you off in traffic or, you know, but when you're at this like high level of stress, like 24/7, that those reactions of, I'm not saying this was you were doing this, but this is what happens to me. Like anger will come out. I'll have these like explosive rages that come out of me, and I'm like, whoa, that's not exactly what I had in mind. And then I'll look a little deeper and be like, oh, it's because your knee is inflamed and your hip is all this, and you're worried about that. And so it has really nothing to do with this guy that just cut me off. It has everything to do with like all this other stuff leading up to it. So
I think it's most things in life.
right.
We do.
Creating or participating in this program, like why did you decide to do that? What made you open to taking
participating?
That step? Yeah.
Just a great opportunity that you gave to just at some point just feel better. I still carry the stress in my shoulders. I know that, and I felt that coming on the other night. I was in a conversation with the other person in their presence. Okay. And I can just feel my whole back just tensing right up into my shoulders.
That's amazing.
And I just kind of went, okay, just, when I got home, I just said, okay, just take a few breaths. Do what Philip said, just let some of it go. That night's sleep wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. So I think just that learning experience, like, okay, you can really handle these things if you just...
You're a strong, powerful woman.
I try to be. I try not to let things come out in anger.
Yeah.
I don't do that, and I think that's what's been my saving grace.
Do you have an outlet to get them out, though?
That's part of the problem, and I think that getting back into an exercise routine has been helping, because it, I've actually found myself being a little bit more competitive than I
All
used to be.
That's a sign of feeling really good, huh?
Right, and I have to remember these girls are way younger than me. Why am I trying to keep up with them? But I just get mad, like, what? She's done with that already. I need to pick up the pace. Yeah. So I feel like maybe that's where it's coming out.
What advice would you give or have for anybody else that does this program after you?
Oh my gosh. Do your homework.
Do your homework, okay.
Do what Philip says. I struggle
Why?
I struggle with people telling me what's better for me when I just feel like I've got things I need to do. I can't take a few minutes and stretch like Philip said. But I do know that on the days that I have, it has been key. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has helped. You know, the foam roller or the ball or, you know, the moments that I have taken for myself has helped.
I hope that I've encouraged or inspired you to answer the why question through all of this. Like, why am I doing this? Why is it good for me? Versus, I'm just doing it because Philip said so, because that's a horrible reason. I mean, I'll take it if I'm getting you to do some of the work. I'll take it. But to get you to a place where you see like real value.
Oh yeah.
And understand like it wouldn't matter what I said. If I told you never to do it again, you're like, no way, I'm gonna keep doing this stuff because I know how it makes me feel.
Yeah, I think that just taking those moments out for yourself during the day and just taking a moment, breathe, relax, stretch, clear the mind. I think it's so effective. It's extremely effective. And I think that that's the one thing that you have inspired me to do. Just take a few minutes for myself.
And it doesn't have to be all at one big chunk, you know, like 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, like those add up to a long time at the end of the day if we're adding them in like every couple hours.
Yeah. I find myself at work just kind of taking a minute, just bending over my chair, going down to my toes and just hanging there for a second. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
roll the shoulders back and let's go again.
Well, you are in the first run. Mm-hmm. So would you recommend anybody else doing this program?
Oh, absolutely. I think anybody who even doesn't even think they need it, you need it. You definitely need it.
I didn't set out to do this. It just kind of came through working with people and seeing a need and seeing a desire on both our parts to be more, to do more, to feel better. And so thank you for joining me on this voyage. Yeah.
I thank you because, like I said, I did not realize how much it had affected my body. I think if anybody else going through the stresses that I have, without having this, I think that it's so detrimental to your health. I really do. Even if it's mental health, but physical, I really do feel the energy opening up in my body.
That's awesome.
Yeah.